Hey everyone, it's Ryzen. Welcome back to Let's Play Wild Arms 3. Well, last time I completely forgot that I'm going to be switching my setup anyway for the boss, so you don't need ice protection, so I removed it on everybody. But the boss will have ice attacks, so you still want to equip an ice ring on Terror. I had a moonstone here, but I just deleted it. Moonstones are pretty easy to get. They're one of the few, one of the only ones you can get as a common steal, so it's pretty easy to get there. And I'll be showing you this all in bonus episodes, or I'll at least list them in a video description or something. Once I beat the game. And you want to give another one to Gale Claw, and it's already on default for Aqua Wisp. So, and somebody has Elemental Ward. Jet does right now, so on the Brave Seal, so Clive would have it during the boss setup. So one way or another, everybody will be immune to ice. So that's pretty good there. Sorry about that. I thought I had heard something, but apparently not. Okay, so let's Alright, we already got that chest last time, and then there's a chest here. Remember, you want to come in here with 2 duplicators, at least. You're going to need 3, but the third one's going to be given to you, and we already got that chest as well. Gamgeans, they are weak to thunder, I believe. Or maybe these are the guys that are weak to everything. I think they're actually weak to everything. Yes, they are. They're weak to anything and everything, so we'll just do a quick, I don't know, I have plenty of Dark Gems, so we'll go with the Dark Gem. Why not? Just cast Petrify. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. They have a lot of HP, but they'll still die to this just the same, as long as you got the weakness boost. Okay. Yeah, they have some draining attack that'll like restore their HP. It's nothing really to worry about. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go in here. I want to show off the other enemy around here, so let's see if I can do that. They're pretty interesting, so yeah, here they are. Jammer Imps and Land Lampreys. Land Lampreys, they are weak to nothing. They have no weakness, actually. But they'll use a single target water or a single target thunder attack on you. And Jammer Imps, they will use a water zone or thunder zone, which will amplify the attacks of water elemental attacks or thunder elemental attacks, which is bad news for you. So the way I deal with them is I move Flash Hit over to Virginia, and I just summon Flash Hit because Jammer Imps are weak to light elemental attacks, and I don't think it affects Land Lampreys. No. So that's fine. They don't have a weakness, unfortunately. Of course, in this case, I could also extension a light gem, but I like to go with the summon method. Takes them out real fast, and I never have to deal with their nasty elemental zones. If only there was a game where we could do that to our own enemies. Oh, if only. Yeah, that took him out. Oh, I didn't take out the Land Lamprey, huh? Yeah, they have a lot of HP, so I figured it might not. But that's okay. Just have Jet follow it up with a nice little attack on them, and that's good. If you encounter a couple of them, have Gallus throw any elemental gem on them that's not water or thunder based, and you'll be fine there. And Clive can of course shoot if there's a third one, which there usually isn't. I suppose you could add an elemental weakness to them. Exploder also works pretty well on them. 50% shot on the Land Lampreys there. But yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, look at that elemental resistance. That's amazing. Ooh, we get a Thunder Ring. Wasn't even trying for that one. Is this even where I get my Thunder Rings? I'm not sure. Oh, that was a rare drop from, I guess, the land lamprey, right? Yeah. Nice, not bad. Alright, well, let's go. Whoops. Let's get back to that. And is there anything on there that I want? Oh, Eagle Eye, yeah. That could have been bad. And Eagle Eye again. I don't care about the Ice Ward. And that's how you deal with those guys. I'm just going to avoid them now, because that's all the enemies in here, but they're pretty annoying. I hate those guys. But yeah, let's go in here. Ah, the puzzles. The puzzles of Mimir's Well. What a pain in the ass this is. But I will show you the solution. I want to get... The trick is to make as much room as possible to work with. Yeah, like, see, if I just do this, obviously I'm stuck. And yes, you have to block the entrance like that. We gotta get that out of there. Alright, we wanna get this over here. So make efficient use of your space and you'll be fine. This one we actually want to put over here. And you want to go in like this groups of 2 like this. So that way you can get around them. And oop. And I think this one we can actually just kind of move back and we're fine. I could be mistaken. No, I'm not. Okay. And we get the chest here, which contains a duplicator. The final duplicator I care about, so... There's more duplicators, and you can use them to, do something. I can't even remember. You can use them to, unlock bookshelves that are sealed, right? But I don't care to do that. They add some... not lore to the world, but nah. Just use the Exodus Orb, get the hell out of there. And let's just avoid encounters, and yeah, you get white encounters in here. That's how strong the enemies are. And now we got a duplicator door right here. It might be a good idea to use the tracker. And we get a Migrant Seal. Migrant Seal number 19, the last one in the game. Now I think we can avoid these guys with green encounters. And another duplicator door. Okay, this one, let's see if I can do this from memory first. If not, I'll edit out. But I believe we want to, it doesn't matter which side you go because it's symmetrical. But yeah, just do what I do and you'll solve it. I'm going to go around. Make sure you don't trap yourself. That would be bad. Right now, all we can do is this, unfortunately. Unfortunately, yeah, see, we can't get to that one. But now we can. So I had to make more room just to move this one out of the way. Now I can move this one, again, out of the way. And I don't think we need those ones on the left anymore. Then again, there is an open space there. Hopefully... No, this should be okay. Right, because we're going to use that open space right here. So they're not too hard if you know what you're doing, but if you don't, these are some of... This place is probably the hardest block puzzles in the Wild Arms series. I mean, they are hard. I know I'm making them look easy. Trust me, they are not. We get adventure number 10. That is one of the last adventures in the game. There's only 2 left. Number 10 is you gotta fight an optional boss for, so we won't get that till after we beat the main game. So that's the last one I'm getting before I beat the game. And then adventure 11 is really weird to get. I don't know how the hell you would know that. But we'll deal with that when the time comes. Let's use the Exodus Orb. Just using the tracker to keep track of what rooms I've checked. You got it, you might as well put it to use. And this is the last door, and this is also the hardest block puzzle in the game. Holy shit. How the hell do you solve this one? Well, let's see if I can do it from memory. If not, I'll exit this orb and reset it. Okay. I believe that ain't gonna work, is it? No, that ain't gonna do anything. Okay, I think you just move that one there. Yeah, now we can actually get out of here and get through this. This is not an easy puzzle. I do not like this one at all. You can actually get stuck in this one all the way at the end and be screwed. No, we want to get this one out of the way first, right? See, if I move that one on the left first, I'll be stuck. But this way I can do this, and then I'm actually going to be able to take... See, it's all about making efficient use of the space you're given. And that's not always an easy thing to visualize. Which is why this is so brutally difficult. And I believe we still want to move these ones here, even though they don't do anything, because it'll make more room later. It could be an issue. No, probably not, because we can just do this. No, I can't do that because, again, that would not be efficient use of my space. So we want to move this one all the way back, so that way I can still move this one down. Because otherwise, once again, we wouldn't be able to do that. And I believe I've actually figured it out, so yeah, this solution will work. There's probably many solutions to it, but it's still a hard puzzle. I believe we can just move this one back now, and yeah, we've solved it. Now, if I didn't have the Exodus Orb, I would have to resolve it in reverse, and yeah, have fun with that. I guess you could Gimel Coin and save and reload, but who wants to do that? But our reward for that is a tiny flower and a holy root. Are you serious, game? Okay, I guess so. Let's use the Exodus Orb and get out of here. Nah. Now, we want to go all the way to the end. I guess I still get some white encounters here. I thought that would have given me something else, but... Anyway, the password is tomorrow, so let's... No. Tomorrow only has one M. In all capitals. And the door will open, just like Warner said. And the final two treasure chests in the game. A full carrot. More importantly, a full Libra, which, as you might imagine, does what it does in every other Wild Arms game. It makes you immune to every status ailment in the game. So let's see, who do I want to give that to? Okay, we want to give that to Lustjaw, because... well, it'll let Gallows use extension status lock with no real penalty. I mean, at worst case scenario, somebody else gets a status element, I can just remove it the next turn. So yeah, we definitely want to have that on him, and we want to immediately max that out. So I believe it's just as costly as Elemental Ward, but now there's actually one other thing we can do. You can just open the door now, by the way. We want to switch our setup. Where's Love Charm? There it is. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and switch these two around, and let's get what we want here. We want nothing really that interesting that you need. I mean, sleep protection, yeah, it's useful. But more importantly, we want, of course, green thumb. You need ice protection. Absolutely need ice protection. Gotta have ice protection. I don't think I really need defender, but it's there. Why not? FP save could be useful. You never know. Weakness boost. Total ward. We absolutely want that. And again, ice protection. Elemental ward. Absolutely. We're gonna need luck boost. We don't need disarm. Auto reload. Critical hit. We could go with SOS power boost, but we don't have the levels for it. So, unfortunately. We will solve that problem for post-game, don't worry. Plus, you only really need it activated at low HP anyway. Power cancel is probably more useful, so we're good there. And we actually want to, and I don't know where you're supposed to figure this out. I would assume. Okay, how the hell do you delete? There we go. We want to enter Emeth. Yes, I don't know what this even means, but that's what you want to enter. And it's boss time! One of the game's first optional bosses, and Lolithia! Holy crap! I remember that guy. Girl, golem, thing. Maybe it's Osgard's sister. No, it's not. It's a reference to Wild Arms 1. Even though I think Lolithia is a mistranslation for Lolithia. But, whatever. Now, the thing with Lolithia, or Lolithia, whatever you want to call her, is she has freezing zone. So her ice elemental attacks, just like Salamandra's fire elemental attacks with fire zone, will kill you! Unfortunately, she is immune to weakness, so we can't rely on that. But she is weak to fire. But, unfortunately, my fire elemental attacks will be weakened from freezing zone. Not really a big deal, but because of that, I want to go with dual shotting instead. Because, well, the Virginia nuke, not going to be as effective here because of that. So we'll just stick with dual shotting here. Does she give any decent experience? Yeah, she gives some. Well, I don't have it in my notes to use that last lucky card here, so I won't. But yeah, we want to... Doesn't matter what you do in the first turn. Just Mystic a full carrot, I guess. Fragile work? I think so. Yeah, Fragile works. Extension. Status lock. Might as well hyper yourself. And then we'll go with a Mystic Fire Ring on on Gallows. You might want to do Mystic. You might have to do Attachment Fire Element, but just move the mediums around to do that, obviously. Although if you listen to my advice, you should have an extra Fire Ring. What the hell was up with that camera? Oh, I didn't want to hyper. That's right, my Mystic Fire Element is going to override that. Well, whatever. I didn't have anything for him to really do anyway. Yeah, let's get Few of Mine because Fire Gems are actually going to be quite powerful here because she doesn't have a whole lot of magic defense. Mystic Fire Ring. I guess I could have had Clive Fragile that first turn. Oh, I need to get... I really hope Shard doesn't have my Ice Element thing. I don't think it does, though. No, it doesn't. You're not immune to... yes, you are. Okay, good. Okay, now we can actually do this. Let's... well, we actually don't need to replay that, so I guess you can just use a mini carrot on Gallows. Let's Mystic a Fire Ring on Clive. Mystic Permanence. That'll be useful. The thing is that she has an attack called Cold Sleep, which will put you to sleep, of course, and do massive ice damage, so it's pretty nasty. You don't want to deal with that and get fragile off on her. So yeah, you don't want to use Hyper because Hyper and Mystic Elemental Ring cannot coexist. I did Hyper out of habit. Kind of odd that they can't coexist, but well, it's the way it is in this game. But yeah, we've prolonged everything, so we're fine there. We should be invincible to all of her attacks, so... yeah, she can't do anything. You gotta watch out for Avalanche if you're not protected from ice. It's pretty powerful. That actually hurt me? Oh, that's non-elemental ice non-elemental damage, okay. I was like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, that's non-elemental damage, huh? Well, whatever. You're almost completely immune to her attacks, so should be okay. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, you gotta have defense null because otherwise her defense is ridiculous. So you could Virginia Nuke here, but it won't do as much damage. I think Dual Shotting's the way to go because of Clive's innate higher physical attack power. But Virginia Nuke will work just fine here. But I'm gonna go with Dual Shotting. Well, actually, I'm gonna go with shooting, and then dual casting Cremate, because I think that's, or not Cremate, but Fire Gem. I think that's better than even shooting. She only has 70 magic resistance. That's why I want to use magic on her. We'll get another full carrot to make that do a lot of damage. I could move Cremate over to Gallows, but then Clive wouldn't be able to do a really powerful shot. It's not going to do a ton. Oh, it did do a ton. And that was with... oh, yeah, this move. Oh, man. That's brutal if you don't have ice protection. That is absolutely brutal. She can kick your ass if you're not prepared. Okay. That works too. Thanks, Clive. And she gives you an ice ring for that. Not that I care, but it's there. So I guess dual shotting is the way to go, but either way, really, it doesn't really matter. Virginia Nuke, dual shot, dual cast, whatever you want to do. All those strategies are ridiculously overpowered, so anything will work, and we're at 25 minutes, huh? Well, probably not as much, because I edited a couple things. But yeah, that's all we can do there, so we finished the area. And just real quick, if you haven't gone back to Basker Colony at this point to get the Exodus Orb, you have to go back to Basker Colony, talk to Hal, or go to Gallus' house, and you'll be able to... We'll just fly over to Basker, no, the Sanctuary. You'll be taken to the Northern Sanctuary, or you'll be told to go there, and there's actually a room there, which I'll show you. And that's how you get to the final dungeon. I've already done that in the last episode, so if you missed that one, go watch the end of that, I guess. Or somewhere in the middle. I don't know. But yeah, you don't want to go inside the sacrificial altar. And let's turn off that tracker. It's really annoying. Ow. Let's make sure I got these chests over here, actually. Yeah, I did. And you talk to Hal, and we can get back to Nightmare Castle, but I don't want to do that. Let's, first of all, let's heal up, which we could do. And we can save our game. So I'm going to do that, and next time we begin the final dungeon. And it is a long one. It is going to take me multiple episodes. There are a lot of new enemies, a lot of hard enemies in there. I may even die to a certain enemy in there, so that'll be fun. And I have no way of really dealing with them, so I'm sure you know which ones I'm talking about. This is Ryzen signing off. Take care.